Meanwhile, ARM is doing it. It's preparing to set a price range for its initial public offering before embarking on an investor roadshow next week. Bloomberg's Liana Baker is on the line now with more. So, Liana, what is ARM trying to raise?
So right now, we don't have an exact valuation, but we just reported that they're now aiming to raise between 5 and 7 billion. That's a little lower than we've reported before. It seems that Masayoshi Son, the SoftBank CEO, who is the main owner of the company, he's not willing to part with more than 10% of ARM. He's very bullish on its prospects. So because SoftBank won't be selling as much, it looks like they won't be raising as much as they had initially planned.
Yeah, talk to us about what the initial plan had been. You write that they had been looking to raise $8 billion to $10 billion. Looks like that's not exactly going to happen. Why the shift?
So you might remember that in the filing last week, we saw that there was a transaction involving the Vision Fund. SoftBank's Vision Fund had bought a stake in ARM a few years ago, and they decided to sell that stake back to SoftBank at a valuation of $64 billion. So because the Vision Fund is no longer a seller in the offering, and now that's SoftBank's stake, while it's a little convoluted and complicated, with the Vision Fund not being a seller anymore, that is one reason why the target range is now lower. So while we've reported it could raise 8 to 10 billion, it's now looking like it could be as low as 5 billion.
Well, we'll see. And Liana, there had been talk about a lot of different companies wanting to be an anchor investor in this. Do we know any more about these companies? They included everybody from Amazon to Intel, right?
Right. So we'll see when the filing hits on Tuesday morning if any anchor investors are in there. The latest we heard was that they haven't been set yet, but there could be quite a few in there. Intel, you mentioned, Amazon, Apple. There's a ton of names because ARM is ubiquitous in mobile, and they have so many customers. So from what we understand, they're still in negotiations, and we'll see who ends up investing as a strategic investor in this offering.